good morning. I'm Scott Forcino, an associate broker with eXp Realty in New York City and the metro area. I founded PlugIntro to solve the problems that we all have, which is we don't have enough people to meet and we don't have enough value to offer them outside the transaction. I am very proud today to have Jamie Tulak from Raleigh, North Carolina, who's I'll say it, a big shot within eXp and a trainer, mentor, one percenter. And I really want to hear more about what Jamie thinks of the real estate industry, her market, eXp, and how her agents serve their clients. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate you. It was fun just kind of chatting with you before you did that.
Sure. That's that's a way to get to know each other and to learn how we really can impact our local communities. And especially after COVID, local is everything. Really, I stepped away from doing everything on Amazon. But I think that the most underserved community in America with regard to real estate is the local business community. Those folks are stuck in that community and they're happy to be there. So tell me what you think about that. And
gosh, I mean, let's talk about that. Even through COVID, I did what I could through COVID to try to help support our small local businesses, especially restaurants. They were really struggling. I know the same thing for you up where you live. I mean, it's been a hard couple of years. And that's the heartbeat of America is our small business owners, And why is it that they were the ones that were having the hardest time through COVID? So what I tried to do through COVID for my local market, for the small business owners here, I created a small little Facebook group, and I just called it the Curbside group, right? Where everyone could post like what specials they had at their restaurant and their menus and things like that, so people could still shop and order meals through their restaurant and pick it up curbside. So that's one thing that we've done, but Raleigh's just really exploded over the last 2 years after COVID hit. It's just been insane, right? Everyone's moving here because they get to bring their jobs with them. In fact, I just got another deal under contract last night with a sweet couple from New Jersey relocating here to Raleigh because they want to get out of New Jersey. They want to move to Raleigh. Everyone wants to move to Raleigh. And it's just been insane just seeing like droves of people moving to Raleigh. We're no longer the best kept secret. In fact, I'm not even originally from here. I moved here 3 years ago. And so I'm part of the problem too, I guess.
Yes, you are. So tell me about your success in eXp and why eXp is a great idea for agents who want to really gain some ground in their career, please.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if anyone here is listening and you know Scott and you're looking at getting your real estate license, or you're already a real estate agent and you're not at eXp yet, he would be an incredible partner for you. eXp has just literally changed his life. It's changed my life. It's changed hundreds of our lives. And I think more than anything, eXp kind of gives us the permission to truly think like an entrepreneur and not just think like we're an employer. Because what happens is, you're at other franchise models and you really think like an employer. You think like, oh, my broker this, my broker that. You come over to eXp, you build your brand, you get to do, different types of small business ventures if you want, and have your own brand aside and separate from eXp, just like you're doing, Scott, with this PlugIntro thing, which is an incredible opportunity and idea for so many people across the country. But I think more than anything, it's given us the opportunity to think like entrepreneurs and double down on that and diversify our income, have multiple streams of income, and truly just help change lives in the process. And you said something earlier that I want to agree with, and it's about impact. It's about changing lives. And it's about allowing people to truly start building generational wealth, which is something that as a real estate agent, we didn't have that opportunity before. We're chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal, until we die. Because how many real estate agents do you know retire at, 50 years old? Like none of them, honestly.
People say, have you ever been to a realtor's retirement party? Never.
They just die. Like you die as a real estate agent. That's really sad. I don't want to be like that. And anyone that I bring to the company, I don't want that to be their life either. I want to show them a better way. And I know you do too. And I think that's what's so cool about this company is I get to meet awesome people, like so many incredible people doing amazing things separate from just selling real estate. We've got incredible mentors, coaches, like small business owners that do other things besides real estate here at eXp. And it's been so cool meeting these people and truly getting in the right room and truly being able to collaborate with some of the most brilliant minds in real estate. Honestly, I'll say that. Like, I am very bold when I say that we have the most brilliant minds in the real estate industry right here at EXP. So it's pretty cool.
Very, very impressed. And, you know, in the overall business community, I think what's sorely lacking is the cultivation of reciprocity. Somehow reciprocity has been this bad word where it's a kickback or an expectation. And you know what? I can see why that happened, because in the regular world, the non-digital world, it's tough to do something for others and not have a belief that it'll return to you. However, in a digital platform such as PlugIntro and EXP, of course, it's easy to do something positive for someone because you're giving them really just a keystroke. You're inviting them to something. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything, and you could do many of them in a day. So it's a great idea to do for others without an expectation, without the pressure. In the 2020 to 2022 that we've had PlugIntro, people have reached me and said, thanks, you know, I met this person who really, really helped me with my home. Someone had a fire. And another person goes, I got 9 clients. An accountant got 9 clients. You know what the truth is? This is the truth. It's scary. I don't even remember them. I don't even know them, because it went down the line and someone benefited. Guess who didn't benefit? Me. But they thought it was awesome that they benefit and they shared it with me. And that's the
impact. That's impact. That's impact. I mean, when you have an idea like that and you execute it and it goes the way it's supposed to, that's what it's about. It's about creating that impact, and you're changing lives through this. Like, that's really cool. The law of reciprocity, though, I think it's like, why you say that and people are like, oh, that's like a dirty word, but why? It shouldn't be. And I think you're right. Because of the digital age, we're able to reach people that we've never, ever really thought that we could connect with. And I think that's the other cool thing that EXP has also, is the ability to connect with people globally, right? And I'm actually thankful. I think that's the silver lining, and that's something that I learned in the post-COVID world now, is the ability to connect with people on an even deeper level because of the digital world. Like, it sounds silly, and you think, oh, I'm not going to have connection because we live in this digital global world and everything's in the cloud. It's not true. I have some of the best connections ever now because of it. Isn't that, it's crazy to think about.
No, it is weird. I have relationships with people I've never met. And I think because, I'll tell you why. It's a weird inverse thing. People put their best foot forward and almost fake in real life. But over here, we are being ourselves. This is wrong. You're not going to do this. It's not sustainable to have a fake Facebook profile. No. It's you.
Right, exactly. People can see through fake like instantly, honestly. And I think that's the coolest thing about you. Like you said, you can't fake it online. People are going to figure you out. They're going to figure out like who you are. And if you're just authentic from day one, that's where you make true connection with people, because you can be your real self. Like, look at you. You're in your office. Like, look at, I can see all your awesome degrees and everything right behind you. Like, awesome how cool is that? Like, in your family, I would have never like even known that you had a beautiful family. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, the digital world it's built for connection. It's built for deeper relationships.
Well, it's okay. So 2 points. One, I love the law of reciprocity, which has always been here since caveman days. But the power of loose connections. Look how many people we know mutually, which we've never met. So it's no limit to who you can meet, and also because it's the frequency. People are on the social media platforms daily. I saw people yesterday at a local function. Who I love the people. I did not see them in 2022. This is the first time. It's April. So it's hard to keep something going when you see them a few times a year. I haven't seen friends of mine since Thanksgiving because they're busy. So now, I mean, you pop open your phone, I see you, I hit a comment, a like, and it's not deep, but it's certainly constant.
It's still connection.
Absolutely. So you might have how many connections a day online versus in person? Forget it.
Online, hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know. It's hard to say, right? You have so many people that are watching your content, connecting, commenting, liking. You put out a video, it goes viral. I could have never dreamed of that, right? Like, growing up, did you ever imagine that video content could ever go viral?
No.
And people would actually, it's like, it's wild.
No, and we were just talking about video content, and I made up the term, the video canyon, where some people who are doing this, we are amateurs, but we are professionals in our field, which is cool. I call that pro-mature. I made up that term.
Pro-mature. I like that. I'm gonna call myself a pro-mature.
There's no editing crew. There's no, this isn't Hollywood. I don't have I got regular lighting, nothing special. But we're pro-matures because, yes, we're using the mediums available to us, but we're talking about something we care about. Other companies are charging $6,000 a month, and they're doing it like a Hollywood production. And then other people are doing Facebook Lives, which are jumpy, and it doesn't make an impact.
No, it doesn't. So let's talk about that. The stuff that is making an impact, I'll be honest with you, people don't want those over-edited videos anymore. They don't want those over-produced films on social media, and they don't want that junk stuff either that you're talking about, where it's like jumpy and you can't even watch it because it makes you dizzy. They want this. They want real. They want raw. They want authentic. And I think that's the coolest thing, is that we've gotten to that place where authenticity is number one. I love that.
Right, because you're not going to do no one's going to say, yeah, sure, let's do a video and live for 40 minutes. That's too crazy.
That's too crazy. It's too long. No,
it's too crazy. Yeah. And now that we have video at our fingertips, I think that, people try to use whatever tool they can. They think a Facebook post is sufficient. And I say, listen, you're a realtor. You just did a great deal for these wonderful people. You worked for 4 months. Do you think a Facebook post is enough for you or for them?
Nope.
It's crazy. These people, and I say, they say, sure it is. I say, really? Well, your competition sees it, and they don't want you to succeed. They're not clapping for you. Sorry. Facebook is not yours, so no one appreciates your post. It's right. You didn't give them anything. You attracted attention, but you didn't earn any attention. The post goes away at midnight. And something, I think if you have content such as yours, you want to share it with people that you think are the best choice to receive it strategically. The clients who can learn so much about how you're handling their multiple offers, or how you get their offer accepted, and the tips and the tricks and the tax consequences. And there's just so much here that a post, kind of silly. A Facebook post, 2 inches is gonna 2 inches is gonna add value to someone else's life.
So let's talk about that. What's your answer? And I think you have a great answer with what your business is doing. Let's talk about that. Like, what is the answer?
The answer is twofold. To share information that you think is valuable, that is your content, to pick who you'd like to see it selfishly, but also when your tradesman, plumber, electrician, or your professionals, your dentist, or your accountant see this, they realize, wow, I could have one of those too at no charge. Yeah. So they're passing on a great opportunity for others to promote themselves. Which, how can you not love the person that does that? And even if I'm crazy and 20 people receive it and 1 reciprocates, that's fine, because all you're doing is inviting them something that you have. And I say this one phrase: if you're not providing a digital position for someone else in this day and age, what are you giving them? More information about what you do?
Yeah. I think, and that's the thing, like, I hate to say this, but even small business owners, it's kind of like they give. Like, you want them to be able to give, but sometimes even as a real estate agent, I feel like this, and I've talked to other agents that they feel this way too, that it just seems like everyone wants to take from us. But it's like, well, when is that reciprocated? When do I get to have something back? Right? Like let's talk about my closing attorney. How many deals did I send them last year?
Hundreds.
Probably at least like 50. How many did they send me? 0.
Right. Well, there's 2 reasons for that. One, it's not set up for reciprocation, so that's unfortunate. And number 2, they have the expectation, because the agents are on the front lines showing homes in the snow and listing appointments at kitchen tables at 7:45 at night and not having dinner themselves. Yep. Sometimes I've been at the table and there's a good meal there. No one says, you want a bite? I'm starving.
I've been there.
Of course you have.
Can I have a piece of that pizza? I'm hungry.
I almost said, listen, what do you want? Let's do 1%. Just give me some dinner. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Exactly. And so they're at the front lines, and the lawyers and the bankers are not. The title company sure is not. So now in the digital place, without a rush, without urgency, without expectations, you can collaborate and say, listen, Mr. If I'm a realtor, you did a bunch of refis, title company and bank. Can I meet some of those people? And it may be hard to hand over your Rolodex, and I'm dating myself by saying
You said
Rolodex.
Rolodex. You dated yourself. You said Rolodex.
I know that, but at least if we have an online community such as this, or even a platform and exchange where there's some opportunity to give and take, you're bringing them in ostensibly for their benefit, and then we're putting enough people in a digital room where good things can happen. They don't have to happen, but they can happen.
Yeah, I love that. Well, you're creating an environment to foster the reciprocation. I love it. It's cool.
And I'm glad you
Congratulations.
used that term. You said cultivate reciprocity. That's it. I've never heard anyone say that.
Yep.
That's the
Cultivate
magic.
reciprocity. That's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know something? I mean, that's a really powerful statement, because people do that anecdotally. They do that, but the problem is time and space and money and family obligations mean
Yeah.
everyone knows that guy and that girl who's the networker, the connector.
Yeah.
That's great. But even they are limited to their work obligation or their
Exactly.
at one point, hate to say this, at one point, they're not going to their kids' games by doing this too. And that's the secret that no one talks about. At
Well,
one
I want
point,
to talk about it because that's
okay,
the exact opposite. I don't want to live my life like that. We're only given our children for a short while. They're only children for a short while. And I think that's what's hard. And I think what you're doing here is incredible because you're leveraging the digital world and you're creating these relationships where it can be reciprocated and no longer having to constantly go to all these in-person networking appointments every evening, and missing our kids' important events. I never want to be that mom where my kid's playing a baseball game and he looks up at the stands and I'm not there.
oh, that's tough. That's hard.
That's not going to be me. Right. So I think as best as we can, we do have to leverage the digital world and teach other people how to leverage the digital world and teach in what you're doing, teaching other people how to cultivate reciprocity in the digital world.
Yeah.
That's what's cool.
I mean, I've been on this since before COVID, and no one I have not said as well you just did. That's nice. That's complimentary. And it's so I should say it aligns so much with EXP because this platform is cloud-based, it's agent-owned, it's on demand, it's what you want it to be.
It's what you want it to be. I love that. That's so cool, Scott. That's awesome.
Well, listen, I would tell you, Jamie, I am so proud that I had the opportunity to speak to you. And I learned a lot. I'm so glad we videoed this because I'm going to show this to the people I work with, that I'm not surprised that someone who's so imbued with the XP would come up with a phrase better than I came up with all this time. I'm not surprised at that.
You can take it. You can take it and run with it because it's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, we're going to send you this video to take a look at. We want you to think about who you'd like to share this with, whether it's our colleagues, whether it's people in the industry, whether it's agents that don't know about PlugIntro or EXP. And we're here for the year. We're going to start with some meetings so locals can promote themselves, so we can walk the talk, and instead of just doing, we're gonna walk that talk. And I want to
I'm going to challenge you before we hang up here, though. I'm going to challenge you, Scott. Let's do this again in 6 months. And I'm going to ask you, how many more lives have you impacted in 6 months?
Absolutely.
Because I think that you've got something cool going, and it's just only going to be a snowball effect.
Well, yeah, we've had some of that hockey stick growth, but between now and the 6 months, I need to work on your behalf to impact others. For instance, I don't know the people you know, and you don't know the people I know. So that's really the collaborative approach. We can't do this alone.
No, we can't. I've actually learned that. That is the biggest thing that I've learned this last year. We can't do it alone. We need help. We need collaboration more than anything.
And if you try to do it alone, you're that guy or that girl who's passing out business cards and only cares about yourself, and it shows right up.
Yep,
You can't do
it
it
sure
alone.
does. It sure does.
There's that
Oh,
old.
well, thank you. I appreciate you inviting me to have this chat with you.